want to help you to be successful all the way through college and help you get into your career and start your path for life. And so we don't just get you into the front door and then drop you. We want to help you and support you all the way through because we want you to be successful. You were created for greatness, and we want to help support you in that.
One thing, Dr. Liz, that I wanted to say, I said college, but also this includes technical school,
Yes.
And also community colleges, trade schools, so for anything and everything that the kids wants to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. So last month we talked about sequence for success, and we talked about getting the education and getting into a job and then starting a family and all of these things in life. And when we first started this program a year ago, we talked about that Harvard happiness study. And Harvard has done this study for over 70 years on these young men they started with, and then it grew to their families, and they've been carrying on this study to find out what actually makes people happy, what brings true happiness with life and therefore success. And what they have found is that it comes down to solid relationships. It comes down to knowing that you have some people that love you, that have your back, and that you in turn love them and have their back. And it doesn't have to be lots and lots of friends,
Right.
but just a core group that you know you can depend on.
Absolutely.
And so part of this that helps us to be successful is to make sure we know about ourselves and to make sure we know about the people we're hanging out with. Like if I find out that Cyril is kind of sketch, I might start to distance myself from him. But really, he's a great guy that does great things for other people. He is a loyal friend. He's always trying to better himself. So I want to be around him because he's a good encouragement for me. So today, we are going to review a little bit about our personalities. Last September, so a year ago, we talked about these personalities. We did a little personality quiz. And so we want to review that because it's time to go back to school. And maybe put in the chat how many of you started school already, this last week or the week before. If you want to just put a little emoji smile or a little thumbs up if you started back at school. Because I know here around us, most of the kids went back to school, but some of the kids in North Carolina aren't going back until next week. So as we're going back to school, we need to think about our friendships. We're going to be making new friends,
Right.
but we also have old friends. But then we kind of have to look at, people grow over summertime.
Right.
Some grow better. Some maybe grow in the wrong direction in their character. And so it's a time to think about, do I want to keep this friendship, or should we just be acquaintances and have a little bit of distance because the direction they're going isn't a good direction for me?
Right.
So something to be thinking about, but I wanted to do a little review about our personalities. And so just a reminder, we're going to move the camera over here. Da, 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 da. Some of you who were with us last September, we talked about being a lion, being an otter, being a golden retriever, and being a beaver. If you remember from last year.
Dr. Liz, one of the things that I want to say is like many of the kids are new.
Okay.
That has come in from, some of the new facilities that we have started to work with. And so they may not have been with us a year ago. So
I'm going to go through it.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm going to
perfect.
go through the characteristics. So if you know, put a little line in the chat if you remember what you were. If you were a lion, if you were an otter, a golden retriever, or a beaver. But if you weren't here with us in September, I'm going to quickly read some of these personality types, and you can be thinking, okay, that's me, I'm a lion, or that's me, I'm an otter. So this is for the lion, and so be listening, and maybe you thought last year that you were a lion, but we change in life. So sometimes our parts of our personality and our characteristics, they grow and they change. So a lion is a born leader. You can't help it. My son, Asher, he is 10 years old. It doesn't matter if he's with kids or with adults. He's a born leader. That's just who he is. So a lion is a born leader. They like to accomplish things with immediate results. They are doers. They are decisive, but may not consult others. They're not going to necessarily ask others for their opinion. They want the bottom line communication, short and sweet. Just give it to me quick. I'm on the move.
Steve Jobs.
That's right, Steve Jobs. Often feel threatened by questions. When they're leading and they don't want you to bombard them with questions, they just want to keep going. They are not afraid of pressure or confrontation. They are bosses, or at least think they are. They love to solve problems. They want directives followed without questioning. Just do it. I don't have time to explain it to you. Sometimes I can be like that. I'm just going to apologize in advance. They demand allegiance. People need to be loyal to them. And they love to change things up. A lion's motto in life is, let's do it now. Now, they might have some challenges. Once a lion roars, others can become afraid or intimidated in that relationship. People keep an emotional arm's length distance, because the lion can seem distant and angry or unapproachable. The challenge for lions is not compromise their hard-sided strength while adopting some soft-sided traits, being kind and patient with others. Some of us lions have to practice being a little more tactful in how we deliver our orders. So if you think, yep, that's me, I'm a lion, I can't help it, then maybe just kind of tuck that away. Yes, sir.
So, Dr. Liz, can we ask, given that they have heard you talk about what the characteristics of lion, if there is any lion in the room, right?
Okay.
So, if you are a lion, it could be a mentor, it could be a kid, it could be a mom. If you think what Dr. Liz said makes sense about your characteristic, can you type in "I'm a lion" on the chat? Let's see. Oh. Wow, Priscilla Holmes.
Katina.
Oh, Katina.
All right.
Gail. Okay,
Some
there's
lions,
some lions.
lionesses in there.
Yeah, and Jean. Okay, Miss Brenda, got it.
Now, we can be a little bit of other things too. And as I
Absolutely.
read other characteristics, you might, well, I'm like that too. And it's okay to be like a multi-animal. On this side, I'm a lion. On this side, I'm more like an otter, Okay, so let's go on to Otter. He's so cute. I love going to the zoo and watching the otters play. It's just adorable. So otters are great at motivating others to action. They tend to avoid confrontation at all costs. They focus on the future. They tend to avoid the fine print. They are tremendous networkers, always talking to everybody, connecting everyone, but they won't know anyone's last name. I could be very guilty of that. They are susceptible to peer pressure. They are excitable. They love to talk. They want to be involved in the decisions. They're optimistic. They enjoy off-the-wall humor. They can have 25 best friends. They have a strong desire to be liked, and they are soft and encouraging with people. The motto that an otter might have for their life is, trust me, it'll work out. No problem, no problem. It'll work out. Some of their challenges might be that otters find it easy to be soft on people. It is also easy for them to be soft on problems. Otters need to learn to say no and provide a hard side balance to healthy boundaries. So if you think you're an otter, go ahead and put it in the chat. That's me, I'm an otter.
One thing that I was amazed at, like what you said, Dr. Les, is they don't read the fine prints. Mm-hmm. That's Warner's perspective, right?
That's right. Okay, I get it. I saw the pictures. I know how to put it together. And then you have all these extra screws everywhere and...
Oh, we have a bunch of otters out there.
Great.
Nevaya, Takori, Anaya. Oh, someone is both the otter and a lion. Miss Sarah Jackson, Katina. You have some of those characteristics. Awesome.
Yeah, I find I have a lot of both of those characteristics. All right, number 3 is our golden retriever. This is a great person to have around. They are fiercely loyal. We all need golden retrievers in our life. They are fiercely loyal. They have a deep need to please others. They have hearts full of compassion. They often react strongly to sudden changes. They don't like change right away. They need some warm-up time. They define the word adaptable. They hold stubbornly to what they feel is right. They will have only a few close friends, but will have deep friendships. They can absorb incredible emotional pain and remain committed. They can be indecisive. They are great listeners and encouragers. They are great procrastinators. They are emphasizers and need to be prepared for change. Their life's motto is, let's keep things the way they are. You know, if it's not broke, we don't need to fix it. Golden retrievers, now so here might be a challenge. Golden retrievers' strong tendency toward the soft side of love can lead to issues of codependence and enabling. Golden retrievers need to learn to balance their natural soft side with some hard qualities, like putting up boundaries. And if someone is taking too much from the friendship, they need to have some boundaries in place. So who in our group would like to say that, yep, that's me, I'm a golden retriever, fiercely loyal?
The one that came immediately was Navia.
Oh, see, I want Navia in my friend circle.
And I have like a Takori. She says, I have a lot of golden retriever qualities. John says, that's me. Maddie says, a golden retriever, Miss Sarah. Laurie Miller. Nancy is a retriever and an otter. And Nevea now, so I am more of a golden retriever. She just changed hers from being an otter to a golden retriever.
But that's good. Often we have a soft side and a hard side, and we have like these different parts that make up who we are.
Amen.
So it's great. Now this comes from a great curriculum called the Real Essentials Curriculum, and I just want to give honor where honor is due. This is an amazing curriculum that I get a lot of what I teach from their curriculum, the Real Essentials. So the last animal that we're going to talk about is the beaver. Now, the beaver is the person you want in your life if you have to organize something. If you need to get on an airplane, you hope that a beaver put it together. You hope that a beaver constructed all the details of how to get that thing up in the air, stay in the air, and land safely. So, beavers keep close watch over emotions. They're very guarded. They actually read the instruction manuals and then alphabetize them. They like to make careful and intentional decisions about things. They're very methodical and well thought out. Beavers like to use their critical thinking skills to solve problems. They often turn anger inward. They tend to focus on the past. They like maps, charts, and organization. Beavers provide great quality control. If you want them working for NASA. Beavers have deep feelings for those they love. They have high standards and like rules and consistency. Beavers will slow down under pressure because they don't want to miss a step. They don't want to do something wrong. It's better, slow and steady wins the race. Beavers need a non-critical atmosphere to do their best work. Beavers need praise of their character as well as of their accomplishments. Their motto is, let's do it right. Now, a challenge for a beaver is beavers make wonderful employees, friends, and family members. But an out-of-balance beaver tends to relate only on the hard side of love and relationships, which puts them at risk for losing at love. Soft-sided traits need to be incorporated into their relationships. So when you like everything organized, therefore it can kind of tend to be a little controlling. When it comes to your friendships and your love, you need to be flexible and let people be and let people blossom where they're at. So in our chat, if you think, yeah, I've got a lot of those beaver traits, we want to hear from you.
the thing is, I still have golden retrievers coming in.
No, that's good. That's good.
So I have, Rhonda. I have also Miss Sarah Jackson that says she's a golden retriever also. And Barbara Jenkins has some of the qualities of the golden retriever. Anyone that is an otter, nobody is saying they're otter. Miss Priscilla says that she is a lion and a beaver. Mm-hmm. Navia says that she has a lot of beaver qualities as well. That's amazing.
That's why she's so great behind the scenes, Navia's making sure she's got everything taken care of for us.
Right, and Melissa Major says that she is a retriever and a beaver. And I'm going to butcher this name a little bit. That starts with the J, Juwanana. She says that she's a golden retriever and a beaver. Takori says she's an otter and a golden retriever.
Wonderful. All right, so we have these friends here. I brought a little basket, like Little Red Riding Hood carries a basket of goodies. And I have a lion. We'll walk over here. I have a lion. Here's my beaver. He's so cute. Do you know, every once in a while we get a beaver in our backyard, and it's just so wonderful because I'm actually from Canada, and it makes me feel like I'm home. And we have this cute little otter. They're friends. They play. They don't eat each other. And then we have this golden retriever. So my question actually is for Cyril. Which one do you think you are?
I thought I was more initially when you were talking about a lion, when you talked about the, fine print
Yep.
and so on. But then I'm thinking a lion and an otter.
Okay.
So
These little friends right here represent Cyril best.
yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, I want to encourage you right now at the beginning of the school year as you are making new friends and getting back reacquainted with the friends that you had from last year to think about your own character and personality, but also to think about the people that you want around you. You want people who are honest and loyal, maybe people who are responsible and trustworthy, people who have like beliefs and morals, because together you're stronger and they need friends too. But sometimes they have personality or characteristic things that can be a little bit difficult to be around. So to be patient and gracious as you're growing in your friendships with them.
Oh, fantastic. So, Dr. Les, two things that I want to say. I know some of us are beavers, some of us are lion and otter and so on. So, what are some of the things that I could be doing if I'm at the end you talked about otter, and that, they're really, sometimes they can get into a really tough situations
Mm-hmm.
with the relationship because they want to go A, B, and C, and D, they want to have everything in order, but they're also like a lion, they're just doing this, right? So if there is a lion and a retriever, what are some of the things that they can be doing? Is there a cheat sheet that you can
A cheat sheet. I can think about a cheat sheet.
Yeah.
But something to always remember is to think about what is your goal in this relationship. If your goal in this relationship is to keep a relationship, to keep a friendship, and to build it, then our heart always needs to be open and see people try to not see them through our filter of life experiences, but really see them for who they are. Mm. And look at, their heart and what was their intention. Although that lion might have growled and said that really harshly, I know their heart is that we had a problem that needed to be solved and they were just trying to solve the problem. Mm. And whether the beaver was going so slow because they wanted to make sure in our class project that everything was perfect so that we would get 100. So instead of getting frustrated, I realized my goal is that we are connected as friends, that we're
right.
connected as working on a project together.
Right.
So to keep my hand open and my heart open to, that's okay, that doesn't matter. But for a golden retriever, to be guarded, that you're not going to let people take advantage of you. Right. You were not created to be someone's doormat.
Right.
And so you choose, I know they're being a bit of a bully and maybe they're taking advantage, but I'm choosing to help them because I see their heart and that it's for a good cause.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, we have to decide we are powerful and we choose who we want to connect with, who we want to have relationship with, and then we work together in that friendship.
Fantastic. Dr. Liz, one of the things is like all of these materials, that went live on Facebook, but we also have this on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a student or a mentor that wants to get an access to this page and every page that we put together like this, right? Go to youtube.com/Proverbs2to6_media and click on subscribe. When you subscribe to it, any new videos that we put in there, you will have access to it, right? And you will also, when you look at some of these videos, sometimes we become like, window shoppers. We look at it and we go, but if you really like something on that video, go ahead and click like and put some comments on there because we're constantly refining ourselves. If you think, Ms. Liz, that, the way we came from, like this was last year, by around this time, we started this journey,
Yes.
right? And if we go back and look at the videos that we did almost like a year ago, right? We actually started as a Kids to College.
Yes.
But we refined ourselves to say we are Kids2Career, right? We changed the name. It doesn't matter that name means anything. It has to be useful.
Yes.
It has to be a content that is valuable and it's part of the core value chain for every one of us, right? And so, again, thank you so much for all the Facebook Live watchers. We're going to go offline from Facebook because we're going to go into individual classrooms.